If you are an Indian student, an Indian skilled worker, or planning to move to Canada, this update is important for you. Hi, this is Navya Bal and you're watching TimesXP. Canada has announced several immigration changes for July 2026, and some of these now could affect directly to your plans to study, work, or even settle in the country. So let's quickly understand what has changed. First, from July 15th onwards, Canada is introducing stricter rules for immigrant consultants. If a licensed consultant is found guilty of dishonest behavior, they can now face disciplinary actions and also have to compensate the effect on the clients. So, before hiring any consultant, make sure they are officially licensed and in a good standing. Next, Canada is also planning changes to its asylum system. The government is currently asking the public feedback until July 20th. Under the proposal, asylum seekers may have submit all the required documents within 60 days. They could also receive an open work permit earlier than before if their claims are expected for the review. Now let's talk about the international students. If you are changing your college or university in Canada, you may now need a study permit extension. And in some cases, you may also need a new provincial or territorial accession letter. Now, the good news is that eligible students who now follow the official process can expect applications to be processed within about 60 days. Another important update now comes from Ontario. The province has completely redesigned its immigration program. Instead of several employer streams, this is now a new workforce priority stream. It focuses on skilled workers, certain low-skilled occupations, and self-employed doctors. More immigration pathways are now expected, and later this year, especially British Columbia has opened a special pathway for healthcare workers, healthcare support workers in the rural and remote communities. However, only 250 nominations will be available and applications are open until 31st of August 2026. Now, there's also good news from Quebec. Spouses or eligible skilled workers can now apply for open work permits under the temporary policy. This rule will remain in place until the end of 2026 unless the government changes it earlier. And finally, people who have already applied under the Canada's temporary residence to permanent resident pathway can now continue to apply for the open work permits until December 31st, 2026. The biggest message comes from the update is very simple. Canada is changing several immigration rules at the same time. Sometimes changes are created through opportunities, while others introduce the new requirements. So, before submitting any kind of application, make sure that you check the latest rules carefully. A small mistake today could now delay your Canadian dream tomorrow.